Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for leaving my boyfriend in Arizona after he pretended to push me over the edge of the Grand Canyon?
Not the jerk.
No, you're not the jerk, OP. Why? Why? So throwaway, first post, yada yada, bad writing because character limit. Just went to the Grand Canyon with my boyfriend. I'm 150% afraid of heights. Don't go near windows, railings type of scared. Phobia in the full sense of the word. Because of this, I didn't want to go in the first place, but it's a famous destination, so I figured it was worth facing my fears over. Well, I had multiple conversations with my boyfriend about my fears. At least 5 separate, in depth conversations about how scared I was about having a panic attack around strangers. I have a long history of panic attacks. He assured me that he would help me maintain my distance from the ledges and calm me down if I got overwhelmed/slash scared. We just went. We planned to do a tour and then go out by ourselves in the following days. Well, on day one on our tour, we stopped at a scenic lookout to take pictures, and he decided it would be funny to grab me and pretend to try pushing me over the edge of the cliff.
Mm-mm.
I immediately freaked out and unsurprisingly had panic attack, all in front of a group while the poor tour guide tried to calm me down. I'm not proud of how I acted, but I'll tell you it wasn't pretty. I was sobbing and yelling that he was cruel for doing this, and that he knew I was terrified and that he was evil for using that against me. He was yelling back that it was just a joke. I was taking it too seriously, and that I needed to get over it because I was embarrassing myself and him, which to be fair, I was. I was quite embarrassed, and it was quite embarrassing. I think I was the jerk for the next part. I told him that he was a horrible person and his ex was right to leave him. Context, his ex left him because she thought he was immature, but she left right before a high profile family event and embarrassed him among his family. He yelled that that was so messed up to say, and in hindsight, he was right,
Mm.
especially since it was in public. Well, I mean, if the shoe fits.
Right. I think it's more messed up to pretend to push someone over the edge of the Grand Canyon.
The tour guide separated us and took me back to their office, and I have no idea what he did after that. He wasn't in our hotel room when I got my stuff, and I got a flight to my parents and state, and I've been there for a while just to figure this relationship out and see if it's still alive. We live together and work at the same company, so if this is over, then my life is going to get very messy. The thing is that we have a ton of mutual friends, and I have half of them texting and calling me saying that I'm overreacting and being a psycho bee. Besides my 3 closest friends, I haven't told anyone anything, but because they all know him too, everyone has heard some version of events and they're making it seem like I'm leading a PR campaign against him. I don't have a social media and I haven't said anything to anyone besides my best friends. They're particularly mad at me that I left him in Arizona, and I don't think what I did was worth all the hate that I'm getting. I left him a rental car and a hotel room and took an Uber back to the airport. I paid for everything myself, including our hotel room, and I left a note in the room telling him that I was going to my parents. I feel like people don't understand, but there are so many people saying the same thing that I'm starting to question myself. So, am I the jerk? Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Dump him and dump any friends who still say that after you told them your side of the story.
So, OP, I think he tried to control the narrative here. I think he realized what he did was probably pretty messed up, and I think in the end, he's gone and told his version of events to everyone and saying that you're overreacting. He's probably downplaying it, and I think that if you tell people your side of the story and explain what really happened, then they're probably going to be a little more understanding, and that you have this phobia. You told him, he assured you that he was going to basically keep you safe and help prevent you from having panic attacks. And then out of the blue, he betrays your trust. Like, he betrays you and he uses this fear that you have for some sick prank that he has. Like, who is this going to be funny for, right? The only person that this was funny for was potentially him. It wasn't going to be funny to you. So it wasn't going to be funny to any of the rest of the people at the tour. So his sick, twisted idea of a joke, I think, was like really taking it too far. Like, if you weren't afraid of heights, it still might be a little bit iffy to like pretend to push someone off of a Grand Canyon. Like, It depends on your relationship dynamics. Maybe there are relationships where that's fine, but I mean, I certainly know that if I did that to Amber, that I would probably have been abandoned at the Grand Canyon as well. I mean, this is kind of like one of those things. So I don't know. I think that you have every right to be upset. I think you have every right to dump him. And I think also you're pretty justified with saying that his girlfriend left him because he was immature and that she was right to because he was being immature in that moment. So I really have a hard time faulting you on any part here. You paid for his hotel room on top of that. So it doesn't even sound like he was out any money. You didn't like abandon him in the middle of the desert and we were like, here's 4 ounces of water. Good luck, right? He had all the resources he needed. So, no, OP, you're not the jerk. So, anyhow, take care and good luck. He knew you were prone to panic attacks and very afraid of heights. He assured me that he would help me maintain my distance from ledges and calm me down if I got overwhelmed and scared. In what world was pretending to push you over the edge to have a positive result? What exactly do you think was going to happen? If you are the jerk, then so am I. I would have done similar. I'm gonna say not the jerk. He doesn't respect you, absolutely cannot be trusted, and sounds like a dangerous liability. Get rid of him. Regarding the hate you're getting, I would imagine he told a very skewed version of the story. The way you've written it, your actions are understandable. Maybe telling your side of the story will dampen down the hate. What he did was indefensible. Show them this thread.
Mm-hmm.
I have half of them texting me and calling me saying that I'm overreacting and being a psycho bee. This sounds like he told them that she had a panic attack, blew up at him when he tried to calm her down, and then ditched him, leaving out his joke and basically telling her off for her completely natural reaction. And Opie says, thank you, this was good to hear. You're probably right about the skewed story, but I'm not really sure how to handle this. I don't have a social media, and even if I did, I don't think that I would be able to make something like this so public. So clearing up the story would mean having to explain myself individually to every person that is calling or texting me right now, and I just don't even know how to start doing that. I'm really upset with what he decided to make such a public thing in the first place. This was embarrassing enough to begin with. Sounds like OP needs a hand making this public. Hopefully this reaches the right people and that somebody can be like, oh yeah, by the way, this is actually what happened. Not the jerk, this relationship needs to be over. His ex was right to leave him. He is immature and cruel and not somebody you can trust. Full stop. You communicated perfectly what you needed to from him, and he did the opposite. Block these jerks who are harassing you, tell your best friends and others the true version of the story, and those who are worth being friends will approach you with an apology. The rest can take a hike. And OP says, I wish it was as simple as blocking everyone, but we actually work with a lot of these people. We met a lot of our friends at our company, so blocking them isn't really an option. I know I'm going to have to face this and explain the situation to people, but I'm really dreading it. I'm the kind of hoping that he comes to his senses and apologizes and helps me in smoothing things over, but I'm just not sure. He really hurt me with this, but we've been together for years and our lives are really intertwined. I'm not sure if this is worth calling off the relationship without at least trying to repair things. Alright folks, it's tea time. We're having a brief video today. I've got some juice again.
Water.
It's a little hot for tea, but I also have some jokes. What letter is never found in the alphabet? The one that's in your mailbox. What a ridiculous joke. What a ridiculous joke. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today, for right now, but I hope that we can see you and catch you a little bit later today at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, so we hope to see you there. So take care, and I'll see you later tonight.